Welcome to Infidelity Love, where love burns, lies unravel, and secrets always come to light. If you crave stories filled with passion, betrayal, heartbreak, and revenge, then you're in the right place. Here, every twist cuts deep, and every episode keeps you begging for more. Subscribe now and dive into the dangerous world where love and deception collide. Siler Moon was a tall man with brown eyes. He lived in a small house in Mapletown. He had a big smile and liked to help people. Siler had a job fixing cars. People liked Siler because he was nice and quiet. Siler had a wife. Her name was Elira. Elira was pretty. She had soft hair and always smelled like flowers. She worked at the cake shop on Main Street. People liked her too. Everyone thought Siler and Elira were a happy couple. But Siler didn't know something. Elira had a secret. She was seeing another man. His name was Javen. Javen was tall and had strong arms. He worked at the fruit market. He gave Elira free apples. He told her she was beautiful. Elira started to smile at Javen. Then she started to talk to him. Then she started to like him. Elira didn't tell Siler. Every Friday, Siler worked late. He fixed old trucks and got oil on his hands. While Siler worked, Elira went to see Javen. They met behind the fruit market. Javen held her hand. He told her funny stories. He made her feel special. Siler did not know. One day, a little girl named Lonnie saw something. Lonnie was only 7. She lived across the street. She was eating a red candy when she saw Elira and Javen hug behind the fruit shop. Lonnie told her mom. Lonnie's mom told someone else. Soon, the whole town started talking. But no one told Siler. Siler still smiled. He still fixed cars. He still bought Elira flowers. Then, one rainy night, Siler went to the fruit shop. He wanted to buy apples for Elira. He saw the shop was closed, but he saw 2 people behind the building. He walked closer. It was Elira and Javen. They were holding hands. Siler's heart felt heavy. He didn't know what to do. He just stood in the rain. He didn't speak. He didn't cry. He just watched. Then he walked away. He went home. He sat in the dark. He thought and thought and thought. In the morning, he didn't go to work. He sat at the table. He looked at the flowers. He waited. Elira came home later. She had her hair wet and her face red. She opened the door and saw Siler sitting. "Good morning," she said. Siler did not smile. He looked at her. He said, "I saw you." Elira froze. She dropped her bag. She sat down. She looked at her hands. "Siler," she whispered, "I didn't mean to hurt you." But Siler did not speak again. He just looked out the window. Elira sat very still. The room was quiet. The only sound was the rain tapping the window. Siler's face was like a stone. He did not shout, he did not cry, but his eyes were not smiling. Elira tried to hold his hand. He pulled it away. "I was lonely," she said. "You worked too much." Siler looked at her. "I worked to feed us," he said. Elira's eyes were wet now. "I didn't mean to fall for Javen, it just happened." Siler stood up slowly. He walked to the door. He opened it. Then he turned back. "I don't know what to do," he said, "but I need time." He left the house. He walked in the rain. He went to his friend's house. His friend's name was Tanik. Tanik was funny and liked hot tea. Siler told him everything. Tanik listened. He gave Siler a towel and warm soup. "You still love her?" Tanik asked. Siler looked at the soup. "Yes," he said, "but my heart is broken." Back at the house, Elira sat alone. She looked at the flowers Siler had bought her. She cried and cried until she fell asleep on the couch. That night, Javen sent her a message. It said, "I miss you. Can I see you tomorrow?" Elira didn't know what to say. She stared at the message for a long time. The next day, Siler stayed at Tanik's house. He did not go to work. He did not call Elira. He sat and watched the rain fall again. Elira went to the fruit market. She saw Javen. He smiled at her. But Elira didn't smile back. she said. Sila knows. Javen stopped smiling. Elira said, I think I made a mistake. Javen looked hurt. You told him about us? No, she said. He saw us. Javen looked at the floor. What are you going to do? I don't know, she said softly. I think I still love my husband. Javen's hands became fists. He said, So that's it? You leave me now? Elira didn't answer. She just walked away. Later that day, she went home. The house was quiet. She sat on the porch and waited. She waited until the moon came out, but Sila didn't come home. The next morning, Sila went for a walk. He saw old Mr. Drix washing his car. Mr. Drix waved. Sila waved back but did not smile. Then Sila saw little Lonnie playing with her red candy again. She looked at him and said, I saw Miss Elira hugging the fruit man. Sila nodded slowly. I know, he said kindly. Are you mad? She asked. Sila sat beside her on the steps. No, he said, just sad. Lonnie gave him her last red candy. Here, this will help. Sila smiled a little for the first time. He took the candy and thanked her. That night, Sila stood outside his house. Elira saw him from the window. She ran to open the door. She said, Can we talk? Sila stepped inside. He said, Yes, but not today. Then he walked to the back room and closed the door. Elira sat in the kitchen. She didn't eat. She just looked at the door. And the story still goes on. The next day was Sunday. The sky was clear. Birds were singing, but Sila did not feel happy. He stayed in the back room. He didn't talk much. He only came out to drink water. Elira tried to smile at him, but Sila looked away. Elira wanted to say something, but her mouth felt heavy. Her heart was scared. That night, Sila had a dream. In the dream, he saw Elira walking away with Javen. He tried to call her, but no sound came out. Then he saw himself, alone in the dark, holding broken flowers. He woke up sweating. He sat on the bed and held his chest. His heart was beating fast. In the morning, Sila put on his shoes. He walked to Tanik's house again. Tanik made eggs and toast. Sila said, She wants to talk. Tanik gave him tea. Do you want to hear her? He asked. I don't know, Sila said. Part of me wants to forgive her, but another part feels like she left me in the rain. Tanik looked at him. Then listen to both parts, but don't rush. While Sila was gone, Elira sat in the bedroom. She found their wedding book. It had pictures. Sila was smiling in all of them. Elira's hand touched each picture slowly. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Later that day, there was a knock on the door. Elira opened it. It was Javen. His shirt was wrinkled. His eyes were tired. He looked like he had not slept. Elira, he said, please talk to me. Elira stepped outside. You shouldn't be here. I still love you, Javen said. Don't go back to him. He doesn't see you the way I do. Elira looked down. I made a mistake, she said. I didn't know what I wanted, but now I do. Javen's voice got louder. You can't just drop me. I gave you everything. Elira stepped back. No, Javen, you gave me attention, but Sila gave me love. Just then, Sila came around the corner. He saw them, Javen and Elira, again. But this time, Elira wasn't smiling. She was standing strong. Sila stood still. His hands were in his pockets. His heart beat faster again, but he said nothing. Javen saw Sila and walked away slowly. Elira looked at Sila. I told him goodbye, she whispered. Sila nodded. I saw. They stood in silence. Then Elira said, Do you want to talk now? Sila looked at her for a long time. He didn't say yes, but he didn't say no. He walked inside. Elira followed. Sila sat on the couch. He looked at the floor. Elira sat in the chair. She held her hands together. Her fingers kept moving. The room was very quiet. Sila said, Why did you choose him? Elira looked up. Her eyes were red. I didn't mean to choose him. It just happened, Sila said. Things don't just happen, Elira. I was feeling lonely, she said. You were always working. You didn't talk to me much. I thought, maybe you didn't love me anymore. Sila's face was calm, but his heart hurt. I was working hard for us, he said. I was trying to build a good life for you, for us to be happy. I know, Elira said, and I'm sorry. I made a bad choice. I was weak. Sila looked at her. Do you still love him? No, Elira said quickly. I don't. I know that now. I love you, Sila. I never stopped loving you. I just got lost. Sila stood up. He walked to the window. He opened it and let the air in. The wind moved the curtains gently. He said, I don't know if I can trust you again. Elira stood too. I know, and I understand. I will wait. I will do anything to fix what I broke. Sila turned and looked at her. He didn't smile. He didn't cry. He just looked tired. Before Elira could say more, knock, knock, knock. They both turned to the door. Elira's eyes widened. Sila's jaw tightened. He opened the door slowly. It was Javen. Again, but he wasn't alone. There was a woman standing beside him. She had short brown hair and a big belly. She was pregnant. She looked at Elira. She looked at Sila. Then she said, I'm sorry to come here, but I need to tell the truth. My name is Brenna, and I'm carrying Javen's baby. Elira gasped. Sila blinked fast. Javen looked at the ground. Brenna held her belly and said, He told me he was done with you. He lied to both of us. Elira shook her head. You're having a baby. With Javen? Brenna nodded. Javen said, It's true. But it happened before I met you, Elira. I didn't know she was pregnant until now. Elira felt dizzy. Sila stepped beside her, held her arm gently. And for the first time, Sila saw something different in Elira's eyes. Not just sadness, shock, guilt, and shame. The room was still. No one spoke. Elira sat down slowly. Her knees were shaking. Sila helped her sit, then stood still like a tree. His face showed nothing, but inside his heart was spinning. Brenna looked nervous. She held her belly and said, I didn't come to cause more trouble. I just needed to tell the truth. Javen spoke fast. I didn't know about the baby. I swear Sila turned to him. You didn't know? He asked. You were with her, then with my wife, and now you're saying it was all a mistake? Javen looked at the floor. I didn't plan it this way. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Sila pointed to the door. You've hurt everyone, Javen. Now leave. Javen opened his mouth, but Sila raised his hand. I said leave. Javen looked at Elira, then at Brenna, and walked out. He didn't say another word. Brenna stayed. She looked at Elira. I didn't know you were married to him. He never told me. I thought I was his only one. Elira covered her face with her hands. I feel so foolish, she whispered. I thought I was the only one too. Brenna sat down slowly. I'm not here to fight. I just want peace and help. I don't have anyone else. Sila looked at Brenna. Where do you live? Brenna looked down. Nowhere. Javen said we'd get a place soon, but he stopped answering my calls. I've been staying in a friend's garage. Elira looked up. You're pregnant? And you have no home? Brenna nodded. I sleep on a thin mattress. It's cold at night. Sila didn't say anything. He walked to the kitchen and got her a glass of water. Then he came back and handed it to her. Elira watched him. She had never seen Sila so quiet and so kind. Brenna took the water. Thank you. There was silence again. Then Sila spoke. You can stay in the small room near the garage for now. It's not big, but it's clean and warm. Elira's eyes widened. You're letting her stay? Sila looked at her. It's the right thing to do. She's not the one who broke our home. Elira looked down. I understand, she said softly. Sila turned to Brenna. Just for a few days, he added. Then we'll help you find something better. Thank you, Brenna said. Thank you so much. That night, Elira lay in bed staring at the ceiling. She didn't sleep. Her heart was heavy. She thought about how everything changed. Her love, her lies, Javen, the baby. In the small room near the garage, Brenna lay on a soft bed for the first time in weeks. She touched her belly and whispered, "You'll be okay now." And in the kitchen, Siler sat alone sipping tea, watching the moon. But inside his heart, a storm was still moving. The next morning the sun came up slowly. Siler was outside watering the small flowers by the fence. He liked quiet mornings, but now even the sun felt heavy. Inside the house, Elira was making breakfast. She boiled eggs and made toast. Her hands were shaking a little. She wanted to say something to Siler, but she didn't know how. Brenna was still in the small room. She had her hands on her belly. She whispered, "Be strong, baby. We're safe now." A soft knock came at the front door. Elira wiped her hands and opened it. It was a mailman. He gave her a small white envelope. The letter had no name, only the words, for Siler. Elira gave it to Siler. He looked at the envelope for a long time before opening it. The letter said, "You don't know me, but I know Javen. I also know what he did to your wife. Javen has secrets, big ones, dangerous ones. He's not just a liar, he's a thief, and he's running from someone. If you care about your family, keep them far away from him. He's not done yet." There was no name at the bottom, no phone number, just a small drawing of a black bird. Siler read it twice. His hands grew cold. He gave the letter to Elira. She read it, then covered her mouth. "What does this mean?" she whispered. "I don't know," Siler said, "but something is wrong." Right then, another knock came at the door. It was not the mailman. It was Elira's younger brother. His name was Tovi. He had not visited in years. "Tovi?" Elira asked, surprised. "Why are you here?" Tovi looked at her with serious eyes. "I came to warn you," he said. "I saw Javen yesterday. He's been asking about you, and he's not alone." Elira stepped back. "What do you mean?" "He's working with some bad people," Tovi said. "I heard him talking to a man in a black car. He said, 'I'll make her pay if she talks.'" Siler's eyes narrowed. "Talks about what?" "I don't know," Tovi said, "but I don't trust him. You need to be careful." Just then, Brenna walked into the room. Her face looked pale. She had heard everything. "That black car," she said. "I saw it too, parked near the friend's house where I used to sleep. It followed me once. I thought it was just in my head." Siler turned to all of them. "We need to find out who Javen really is." Elira nodded slowly. Tovi sat down. "I can help?" Siler looked at the letter again. The blackbird drawing stared at him. That night, Siler could not sleep. He sat in the dark, reading the strange letter again and again. He looked at the blackbird drawn at the bottom. Something about it made him feel strange, like a warning. Tovi stayed awake too. He was by the window, watching for any black cars. Elira checked on Brenna, who was already asleep in the small room near the garage. Her hands were gently resting on her round belly. Suddenly, crash! A loud noise came from the back of the house. Siler jumped up. Tovi ran to the kitchen. Elira screamed. Siler grabbed a flashlight and opened the back door. There were muddy footprints on the floor. Someone had broken the back window. Siler and Tovi stepped outside, slowly, looking around. Then, a man ran out from behind the shed. Tovi grabbed him by the shirt. Siler shone the light on his face. It was Javen. He looked wild. His eyes were red. He smelled like smoke. "Let me go," he shouted. "She owes me." "No one owes you anything," Siler said. Javen looked at Elira, who had come out and was standing behind Siler. She looked scared but strong. "You lied to me, Elira," Javen hissed. "You said you loved me." Elira shook her head. "Number I lied to myself." Javen laughed. "And now what? You think you're clean?" Brenna stepped forward. She looked weak, but she spoke with a strong voice. "I trusted you, Javen. You told me I was special. And now you want to hurt people?" Javen looked at her, then at her belly. Something changed in his face. "I didn't mean for this to go so far," he said, softer now. "I just wanted to feel important." You hurt people, Sila said. You used lies to feel big. Tovi said, the police are coming. Javen tried to run, but Sila and Tovi held him until the police arrived. They found more letters and fake documents in his car. He had done bad things in other cities too. He had stolen money, tricked women, and lied to everyone. The police took Javen away. Weeks later, Elira and Sila went to marriage counselling. They talked, cried, and worked hard to heal. It was not easy. Trust was broken. But both of them were trying. Brenna gave birth to a baby girl. She named her Hope. Sila helped Brenna find a small apartment. Elira visited often. They became like sisters. Not because of Javen, but because of truth. Tovi started working with a youth group to teach young men about honesty and respect. He told them, don't follow the wrong path just to feel strong. Real strength comes from doing right. And Sila? He stood by his garden each morning. The flowers still bloomed, but now his heart was calmer. Moral lesson. Lies may feel easy, but they lead to pain. Truth is hard, but it brings healing. When people hurt you, don't become like them. Choose to be better. Choose love, truth, and peace. And thank you for watching. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching and supporting my videos. Your time, your comments, and your love mean everything. Every view, like, and share keeps this channel alive, and I couldn't do it without you. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps bring even more passionate, emotional, and unforgettable love stories to life. Stay tuned for more drama, romance, and unexpected twists. Until next time, keep loving, keep feeling, and keep watching. Much love, Infidelity, love.